Charting, surfacing. Now that we have established the tooth numbers, we can now start to learn the surfaces. Of course, a patient can get decay on any part of the tooth, so we need to record which surface the dentist is talking about when charting. Each tooth on a chart has 5 surfaces. You can see how the circles are split into little sections. The first thing we need to establish now is the cut-off between anterior and posterior. This is a very important thing in charting, but also important when learning dental procedures and equipment as you progress through the course. Tooth numbers 1 to 3 are considered to be anterior as they are at the front of the mouth. These are the central incisors, lateral incisors, and canines. All other teeth posterior or towards the back of these teeth are called posteriors. I suggest you mark this cut-off on a blank chart that we labelled last time. Mesial. The first surface we will look at is the mesial. This is the surface closest to our midline. On this chart, I have coloured in all of the mesial surfaces. Please note that all teeth have a mesial surface. Distal. This is the surface most distant from our midline. On this chart, I have coloured in all of the distal surfaces. Please note that all teeth have a distal surface. Occlusal. This is the biting surface of posterior teeth only. I have coloured all of the occlusal surfaces. Please note here the cut-off between posterior and anterior. Anterior teeth do not have an occlusal surface. Palatal. This is the surface closest to the palate. Our palate is only on the maxillary or upper jaw. I have coloured these here. Lingual. Lingual is closest to the tongue. Obviously, we only have a tongue on the bottom of our mouth, so here are all the lingual surfaces. Buccal. This is the surface closest to the cheek. Because we don't have cheeks at the front of our mouth, buccal surfaces are outside surfaces of posterior teeth only, and I have coloured these in here. Labial. This is the surface closest to the lips. As we do not have lips at the back of our mouth, the labial surface is found on the outside anterior teeth only. Here they are. Incisal. Incisal is the biting or cutting edge of our anterior teeth. These are the surfaces of the tooth for biting into food, and here they are. What I suggest is that you get a blank chart and create a colour-coded surface guide to use whilst you are learning. Here is an example of how to do that. I will use occlusal as an example. With a coloured pen, colour in all the occlusal surfaces in that colour and then match them to the colour to a marking key, just like this. Then, with a different colour, identify another surface, and so on. Eventually, you should end up with something that looks like this. I suggest you keep this in a protective sleeve and use it whilst you are learning all of your surfaces.